Are you interested in so many things that you find it hard choosing one to focus on? Today you are into tech, tomorrow you want to be a content creator because you think it's cool, the next day you feel like maybe I should go to the moon. You should give me an edge in life, You start to think of all the things you can do in this life. You have so many talents, you have so many things to do, so many things, but you don't know which one to actually focus on to give you like the best of all these your talents. Trust me, I know that feeling, because if there's anything like a chronic jack of all trades, I'm the leader of that pack. Nobody's going to tell me anything. I'm interested in so many things, so I have the experience, I know what I'm talking about. But over time, I've just learned how to know what works for me, what I should focus on, what will help me to fulfill my purpose in life. So I'm going to be sharing all that with you, so that it can help you to decide, what you should be focusing on, and get the best out of this your talent that is constantly marketed as you not knowing what you want to be in life, or knowing what you want to do with yourself in life. So let's just get into it. Have you heard of the quote, the jack of all trades is a master of none? I believe you must have heard of it, because it is a very popular one, but it will shock you to know that that is not the entire quote. Because they've only popularized the first part of this quote to make you feel like you being interested in so many things is bad for you, because you're basically not good at anything. But let me share the entire sentence with you. It might change your negative perception about this quote. So the entire quote says, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. You see, the entire sentence makes you know that being a jack of all trades is not necessarily a bad thing, but it is actually a compliment, which even gives you an edge. When you compare yourself with your peers, you are oftentimes better than that person who is just good at one particular thing. But on the other hand, I know that it being a compliment is still not, taking that worry away from you, because you feel like you're interested in so many things. So it is not really helping you to succeed at anything. I've had my fair share of this experience. Before I was finally able to figure out this for myself, I always worried about the fact that I was not good at any particular thing. Like, I was good at so many things, but no one in particular. I just have little knowledge about every single thing here and there, and that worried me a lot, because it felt like I could not succeed at one particular thing. And if you're on this table of being like a jack of all trades, I know it must be a worry for you as well. So to make this easier, I've abbreviated this jack of all trades to being goats, like being the goats, that kind of vibe. So let me share with you how to solve this problem, so that it cannot be a problem to you again. Bring out your pen and paper now, because you are going back to school. Your girl has got you covered. First, you have to think of yourself as a business. Yes, as a business. With changing times, a business is expected to evolve with the times, and it is the same way you should be seeing yourself as well. Because you are interested in so many things, over time, you have so many skills as well. You get? But if you are still worrying about this, think of William Shakespeare. This quote in the first place was used to describe him, because he had to learn so many things, being on sets, during plays, so he was always available to fill in wherever he was needed, and that is because he has developed so many skills. So when you have more than one skills, you can easily adapt yourself to the next thing when the need arises, unlike that person who has just one skill, and the person cannot even adapt to any other one, because he's just good at that one skill. So now let's move on. Second, you have to focus on the skill that comes easier to you. Being a multi-talented person, as we should be calling you, rightfully so, you will sometimes find it confusing as to what to focus on at a particular point in time. For me, when I start to feel this way, I think, what can I easily do that does not feel like work to me? Let's say in content creation now, I apply this thought pattern every time. If you notice recently on my channel, it feels like everything is now more uniform, and that is because I decided to outsource my editing. Before now, because my jolt abilities were charged at 100, I felt like I could do everything by myself. But on the long run, I decided that me being matured means knowing when I need to drop some things and when I need to move on. So despite my editing skills, I outsourced that part of my content creation process, because it was a major part of the process that I did not enjoy doing, even though I knew how to do it, but I did not enjoy it. And the fact that it was holding me back from being consistent and growing, I had to make that decision. So you can also do the same for yourself in when you're making decisions. The third one, make connections with your skills that work together. So starting today, rightfully so, you have to start thinking of yourself as a multi-talented person, and you have to use your multiple skills to your advantage. Look into the skills that work together and combine them. It should give you an edge in whatever you want to do. In the tech world, for example, now some people might know only how to code, and they are good at it, good for them. But some others know how to code, they are also good at data analytics, and at the same time they are good digital marketers. Just imagine that. Does it not feel like having the best of both worlds? Like you can take much more advantage from having this many skills. Think of the ones you can combine that can give you an edge. Let's take myself for example now. I work 9 to 5 in the finance industry, right? And I also do content creation as well on the side. Amongst many of the things I'm interested in, my experience in the corporate world gives me experiences I can talk about in my content, like this one. The investment opportunities I get from my 9 to 5, I share them with you. Even when I know that my 9 to 5 is a fixed part of my life, making content on the other hand feels very natural to me, and it does not feel like my 9 to 5. I enjoy doing it while I also enjoy thinking of it as an investment into my future as a public speaker. So for yourself now, think to yourself, like among your skills, which one feels natural that it will not feel like work to you, and then you can use that or combine that with maybe your fixed one that is paying your bills, because this your side hustle might not bring you money immediately, or it might even bring you just little, but at least when you are doing it, it does not feel like work, so it does not really matter. You can apply this in any area of your life and reap the benefit of both worlds. It's not really a bad thing being a jack of all trades, trust me. Lastly, establish what you are best at. If you feel like maybe the options are provided for you earlier is still not okay by you are still thinking, I'm still not sure, establish what you are best at amongst all your skills and focus all your energy 100% on it. And don't worry if it does not go well. You can always switch up when you're tired of one and go to the next one, because you are bad like that. You have so many skills that you can switch up on, but look at the one that you are very good at and focus all your energy on it. Let's say you are finding it hard to choose which one to focus on. Bring out your pen and paper again, like we've just done earlier. Write down all the areas that you are 100% or you are at least 90% knowledgeable about, experienced in, and have intense interest in. Make a concise list of every single one of them, then think carefully to yourself, like which one can I work on for 6 months straight, without any monetary payment, and I will still be fine and happy doing it. Then cross out the ones that does not meet this criteria, and that should leave you with the one you are most passionate about, or the one you can do consistently without really worrying about it. Then you focus your energy 100% on it. But now, after choosing what to focus on, think to yourself, like what unique thing can I add to this my skill now that will make me stand out? Especially if the area you've chosen is oversaturated. To help you stand out, you have to think of a unique thing you can bring to the table. That should give you something to think about. Now, if you've been battling with the thoughts that being a jack of all trades is not a good thing, when you start to think of it from the perspective I've just discussed with you now, it should start to change your belief about the fact that being a master of nothing is not necessarily a bad thing, because you are oftentimes better than that one person who has just one skill and is just good at one particular thing. They can't always switch up when trouble comes, when times change they can't switch up. But on the other hand, you have so many skills. It's just that you are not a master of all of them, but it can also even mean that you are a master of one out of the many skills you have. You get? Yes. So you are on the better side of things if you ask me. But over time, as I focused more on what felt natural and easy to me rather than when I was doing everything and anything, I found it easier to keep showing up to that thing that would, to someone else it feels like work, but to me it felt very easy. This is what focusing on what feels natural to you can do to anybody who is struggling, to pick a passion out of their many 1,001 passions. So now, if you've gotten to this point of the video and you're still tilting your head and thinking, I'm still confused, I'm still not very sure, look into the Japanese word called ikigai. It combines two words, which is iki meaning to live and gai meaning reason. When you now combine both words, it means a reason to live. It is a Japanese concept that became popular now because it helps you to discover what truly matters to you and what gives you feeling like you are doing something that is giving you purpose and joy in your life. The Japanese people, over time they've lived by these philosophies, and it has shaped their history, their lives, which now gives them the benefits that they enjoy today. I'm going to be sharing more of their philosophies on this channel because I love so many of them. I've even shared one earlier, where I talked about Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. and it is something that has influenced my life a lot, and I believe it can do the same for you. So you might want to check out that video on here. So now that we've finished talking about, how to take care of your jack of all trades abilities, I hope it has given you insight on what to, focus on and what can give you an edge in your life. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't allow anybody to make you think that, you being a jack of all trades is a bad thing. It is a compliment. Just tell them the full quote when somebody makes you feel about these your abilities, because, trust me, your girl has had a fair share of experience, and now I've chosen what makes me happy, what I enjoy doing. So I'll see you guys in my next one. I hope this video has been insightful. Make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family. Your girl has got you covered, right? Bye guys.